Guys, welcome back to a brand new video. I'm RexFinance, and today we're going to be talking about the one and only CleanSpark CLSK stock. Today we had a great day. We finished up just under 8% in the green, and I think every single one of us watching this video, minus the haters and dislikers, would be very thrilled if CleanSpark had an 8% upwards day every single day throughout the rest of the year. But today's stock price performance isn't what we're talking about in this video. Today we're going to be talking about how CleanSpark has the potential to make me a 20-year-old stock market millionaire. Now that comes with a caveat. This has never been about the money for me. I can't take any of the money I make with me when I pass away, so the money is pretty much meaningless to me. My goal has always been just to get the ball rolling, sharing my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas so that you guys can formulate your own thoughts, opinions, and ideas about certain stocks and investments, and whether or not we agree really doesn't matter. I just have the goal that every single viewer that comes across my channel leaves better financially prepared for their long-term future. So with that in mind, I am not a financial advisor. Please do not take anything I say in this video as financial advice. As I've already stated, these are my thoughts, opinions, and ideas, and that is all they are. Just because I bought call options does not mean you need to buy call options. Call options are very risky in nature. I will get into that later in this video. But for now, if you guys are new here, first of all, hit that subscribe button down below. But second of all, I want to preface this video. I have been with CleanSpark for a very long time, over a year now, where I was buying shares in this company when it was less than $4 a share. You can go back and watch my old videos to fact check everything I am saying. That also means that I rode this pony up to over $40 a share at its all-time high. CleanSpark was no exception when all of the high growth and speculative stocks have crashed over the past several months. From the highs of over $40 a share down to the lows of around $13.50, I have held on to my entire position. However, recently I actually sold shares of CleanSpark. Now I'm sure a lot of you watching this video are shocked to hear me say I actually sold shares of CleanSpark. But don't get me wrong, the reason I did this was to actually fund the call options that I bought for CleanSpark stock. So by selling the shares and buying these options with my profits from those shares, I'm actually even more bullish on this stock now. So in today's video, I'm not going to be going over the business fundamentals of CleanSpark. I've done that plenty of times in the past. Today, we're going to be talking about why I truly believe these call options will print for me, meaning they will work out for me and I will make a lot of money with these call options. Again, this does not mean you guys should go out there and buy these call options. These are just my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. Please do not go out and buy these call options with money you're not ready to lose. So just to prove that my video title is not clickbait, you can see here the cost for these call options was over $20,000, $22,650 in fact. That is a lot of money going into call options. With call options, it gives me the right, but not the obligation to buy shares of CleanSpark at the strike price. The strike price I chose was $60. That is very risky because that is far out of the money. We just covered CleanSpark is trading at $20 today. So it would effectively have to triple in share price by the expiration date, which is January 21st of 2022, for me to make any money. Otherwise, I lose all $20,000. I actually first started buying these call options on the way down. I didn't time it perfectly because I think it's almost impossible to time anything, but I've been dollar cost averaging my way down. On that note, I am not going to buy any more of these call options going into the future. With my current financial position, $20,000 is enough risk that I'm putting on the line here. So you can see June 8th was my final buy for these call options. I now own 150 contracts, giving me the right, but not the obligation, to buy 15,000 shares of CleanSpark at $60 a share if the stock price is higher than $60 by the expiration date of January 21st of next year. Again, if these call options do not work out for me, I lose all $20,000. But let's go ahead and start crunching the numbers of how much I could actually profit if my personal price target of $100 comes true, but also if we only hit $60 or $50, for example. A lot with options is about timing. Timing is very hard in the stock market because so much is out of our control. But the service I like to use to figure out how much I can profit on call options by certain dates, I use optionsprofitscalculator.com. So you guys saw it, I bought 150 long calls, which is the tab we are on now. So here I'm going to calculate my potential, keyword potential, profits from these options. So let me go ahead and type in all this information, including my average cost per contract, etc., and I'll meet you on the other end. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this table. This looks very complicated, but it is not. On the left side, we have the different potential share prices, and on the top, we have the different dates. So basically, by putting together what the price could be on certain dates, it's giving me an output of the profit that I will have on these call options. Now, I have been on record saying that by the end of 2021, I think CleanSpark should be, it doesn't mean it's going to happen, be a $100 stock. So for example, if by December 29th, CleanSpark is $100 per share and I still hold these options, let's scroll down to $100 right here. It's saying that I will profit $582,000 on these call options. So obviously that is not $1 million. So what in the heck are you talking about, Rex? Well, what we're not factoring in here is the fact that I still hold a lot of shares. The total number of shares that I own has never been publicly revealed. My members in the Discord server know how many shares I hold in my Robinhood portfolio, but I own several different portfolios where I own thousands of shares. So I'm not really going to give away how many shares I own. What I will say is it's between 3,500 and 7,000 shares total. So that's kind of a broad range, but I am not going to give away that information. But you can do the math. Even if I'm on the low end there with only 3,500 shares total, that's still over $350,000 in profit from the shares alone if the share price would hit $100 a share. So $582,000 plus $350,000 gets me pretty close to that 1 million threshold, and that doesn't even account for my other stocks that I own. So pretty clearly, if these options work in my favor, I will inevitably be a 20-year-old stock market millionaire. If you guys want to look at this chart some more, you can pause the video here, but I'm going to move on from this chart because we have lots more to talk about, including why I think CleanSpark is going to get to $100 a share just based on technicals, not even fundamentals of the business, just based on technicals. So let's go ahead and get into this. To start things off, I have been on record saying that the Russell reconstitution happening this month in June is a big deal for all of the companies that get added to the index. CleanSpark was one of those companies that got added to multiple Russell indexes, meaning, and the management has stated this, that about 5 million shares will have to be purchased by index funds, hedge funds, ETFs, etc. that try and track the Russell index. That is 5 million shares that have to come out of the public float from institutional buying pressure. Where are they going to find those millions of shares for sale? I personally do not know, but what I do know is that all that buying pressure eventually has to get to a point where sellers are going to be willing to sell them their shares. It doesn't take a mathematician to see that the share price pretty much has to go up in order for them to buy 5 million shares, because at $20 a share, they're not going to be able to buy that many shares. There are only like 33 million shares outstanding for CleanSpark. So just based on that fact alone, another 15% plus of the outstanding share count will have to be bought up by institutions. That doesn't even account for the retail investors that are adding to their positions currently. On top of this, we have an ETF that has been adding CleanSpark shares like crazy called BLOK, BLOK. This is an ETF that is created and run by Amplify ETFs. No sponsor at all. This is just something I'm covering. In this ETF alone, they own over 1.4 million shares of CleanSpark. And again, this number keeps increasing, meaning that the BLOK ETF continues to buy shares, adding even more buying pressure. Now, something else I want to cover here. I personally think that ARK Invest and Cathy Wood are going to buy into this stock. That in itself, in my opinion, is going to cause no less than an additional 1 million shares to be bought by ARK Invest or Cathy Wood. And if Cathy Wood and ARK start buying a stock, we all know that there are plenty of other retail investors and big money managers that follow what Cathy Wood does. So who even knows how many additional shares will be bought up if ARK Invest does buy in? Now, the reason I think ARK Invest is going to buy in at some points is because they simply have to. CleanSpark checks the box on literally everything that Cathy Wood, Elon Musk, Michael Saylor, all these big wigs are looking for. CleanSpark has been focused on clean Bitcoin mining since December of last year when they acquired ATL Data Centers, which is their Bitcoin mining business segment. It is very rare, almost impossible, that a company can be further ahead of Elon Musk. Yet CleanSpark is ahead of Elon Musk, because Elon Musk is just now starting to focus on clean Bitcoin mining. CleanSpark beat Elon Musk, Cathy Wood, all these other bigwigs to the chase by over 6 months. So if you guys are unsure about your investment in CleanSpark, just think about that. The chances that you find a company that is ahead of what Elon Musk is seeing and what his vision is, that is almost impossible. yet we have one here in CleanSpark. So in my opinion, ARK Invest is going to have no choice but to buy CleanSpark. I think personally what they are waiting on is a proof of concept. CleanSpark has been talking about clean Bitcoin mining helped by their microgrid software solutions. However, we have yet to really see CleanSpark deploy a microgrid and renewables on a Bitcoin mining facility, other than their own, of course. And I think CleanSpark's management team knows this. They're smart. They outsmart me, anything I've ever thought about this company. They either have a better solution than me or they've already thought about my idea. And honestly, in this case, I am absolutely certain that the management team knows that they need to prove the concept on another Bitcoin mining facility that isn't their own. And that's part of the reason I have said in previous videos, I expect a press release from CleanSpark stating that they're working with other private or public Bitcoin mining companies deploying their microgrid solutions on their facilities as a proof of concept for ARK Invest. All these other ETFs, the big wigs that are looking for a company that does this type of stuff. So that was a lot of information. I am sweating because it is so hot in here, but man, that is a lot of buying pressure. Altogether, that accounts for 6 to 7 million shares having to be bought over the coming months if all of this stuff plays out. And then we start thinking about Bitcoin prices. I don't think I've ever heard a crypto expert say that they don't think Bitcoin is going to hit $100,000 by the end of the year. Literally every single one of these individuals that focus their entire days on cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, all of them agree that Bitcoin has a high probability of hitting $100,000 per Bitcoin. All of a sudden, that adds even more buying pressure from retail investors, funds that want to get into Bitcoin mining companies. So just the fact that there are only 33 million shares outstanding and there are going to be millions of shares being bought up by institutions and funds over the coming months bodes well for these call options really panning out for me personally. Again, just because I buy these call options doesn't mean you need to buy these call options. Please do your own research, form your own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. Please. Now, I also want to cover something else. With our inclusion in the Russell Index, that means that many more analysts are going to start covering our stock. So far, we only have 2 analysts, but on average, they have a price target of $47.50. That is well over double our current share price. So even if my price target of $100 is off dramatically and we only go to $50 a share, heck, these call options are going to be very profitable. As soon as the ball gets rolling with these high growth speculative stocks, we saw it last year. The share prices rocket up even faster than they fell. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball. Nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody knows truly what's going to happen. I just have an educated guess that June is going to continue to be a phenomenal month for our growth stocks, but also the following months, July, August, September, October, etc. Those are also going to be very good months for our stocks because, again, once the snowball gets rolling, the snowball gets bigger and bigger because as it rolls, it starts accumulating more and more snow. So with my personal price target of $100 a share, I've been called crazy. I've been called things I don't even want to repeat. But I got the same types of comments last year when I said CleanSpark was going to hit $30 before the end of the year. And look what happened. We hit $30 a share. Just because I got it right last year doesn't mean I'm going to get it right this year. But I'm just saying this to show you that I don't listen to any outside noise. You shouldn't listen to outside noise. You should be confident and convinced in your investments. If you're not, you probably should not be invested in that company. I myself, I'm willing to listen to any bearish thesis, but it's likely not going to change my mind because I have done top to bottom research on this company. I've done top to bottom research on the current market, and I truly believe CleanSpark is going to hit $100 a share by the end of the year. Again, I could be way wrong, but that's just my own personal opinion. It's my own fault if that doesn't happen. I lose $20,000 if these call options don't print for me. So I'm the one taking the risk, but any outside noise I don't listen to, and neither should you guys if you're confident in your investments. Now, I know some of you are going to really want to stay updated with what I'm doing with these call options because, again, it's going to rely a lot on market timing along with my own personal risk tolerance. I likely won't be making daily videos updating you on my thoughts and opinions about these call options, whether I'm still bullish on these call options, whether I'm still bullish on CleanSpark hitting $100 a share. But the best way you can stay up to date with what I'm thinking every single day of the week is by joining the paid monthly membership. Now you can get into the Discord server. That's all you need for $10 a month. We have a really cool community in there. If you upgrade to higher tiers, you can get my buy and sell alerts, etc. But if you guys are serious about this and want to hear my opinions about these call options and CleanSpark and all these other different stocks, that's your best bet, is joining the paid monthly membership. I'm in there every single day of the week to answer questions and all of that stuff. So if you guys want to stay updated, hit the join button down below, located right next to the subscribe button. You won't see the join button unless you're on a computer. It doesn't work on iPhone or iPad for whatever reason. It's kind of a pain in the butt. But yeah, please feel free to join the community. We have an awesome community, a lot of very intelligent people in there that I owe a lot of credit to for my success on this YouTube channel. So this video is probably a bit longer than I wanted it to be, but I thank all of you guys for watching this far in the video. If you did, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button down below. Again, hit that subscribe button if you're new here or returning and not yet subscribed. With that, I'll be back with a brand new video later this week. Peace out.